most from being there was P. Diddy in the restroom of the Met. It was the women's room. That's why I was there. Okay. Dry humping a Kardashian.
So fun.
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
You do.
But we've been known to party with you a few times. What are I don't know, you were just at Puff's birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
Diddy has reportedly issued a chilling threat to expose the entire Kardashian family unless they help him get out of prison. At least, that's what's being whispered behind the scenes after a wave of shocking new claims started linking Diddy to the Kardashians in ways no one saw coming. And it doesn't stop there. Multiple sources now suggest that Diddy and several members of the Kardashian clan were far more than just casual friends. Allegedly, the Kardashians played a much bigger role in Diddy's inner circle and may have even helped coordinate some of his most secretive parties. But hold on, it gets even wilder. Reports now claim that during one of the Met Gala after-parties, Diddy and one unnamed Kardashian were actually caught hooking up in the bathroom, while other members of the family watched. Yes, you heard that right. This story is so outrageous, so messy, you'll need to sit down for this one. So go ahead and grab your popcorn, because I'm about to break down how Diddy is allegedly blackmailing the Kardashians all to secure.
Something strange is happening behind the scenes. And now, a powerful Hollywood mom is back in the spotlight. Follow if you're watching the Diddy investigation unfold, because things are getting wild. According to some reports, items found at one of Diddy's properties may have pointed investigators in an unexpected direction. Suddenly, Kris Jenner's name is trending again, and not for a new show. This time it's connected to whispers about Hollywood's power party.
A way out of his legal nightmare, and trust me, what's coming next will absolutely blow your mind. So here's the deal. For years, Diddy and the Kardashians were basically inseparable, besties in the spotlight, running in the same elite circles, popping up at the same red carpet events. But ever since Diddy's arrest and ongoing trial, things have taken a sharp turn. Social media has been in full-blown detective mode, and fans were quick to notice that all the Kardashians have quietly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram. That's not a small move, especially considering how deep their history goes. But what really has everyone talking? Not a single Kardashian has said a word. No statements, no public support, just total silence. And now, word is Diddy had enough, and he's allegedly ready to take matters into his own hands. The streets are buzzing with rumors that Diddy has issued a threat. Either the Kardashians use their influence to help him, possibly even help get his charges dropped, or he starts leaking explosive content. According to insiders, the Kardashians weren't even picking up his calls or responding to his legal team. But now, the pressure is on because Diddy has allegedly threatened to release a video from one of his infamous parties, a video that supposedly involves him and an unidentified Kardashian, with many suspecting it's Kim. And here's why a lot of people think Diddy isn't bluffing. Just a few weeks ago, there were reports that Diddy was seen getting intimate with a Kardashian at the Met Gala. Yes, that Met Gala. On a recent episode of The Nerve with Moran Callahan, Kelly dropped a bombshell. She claims she personally witnessed a jaw-dropping scene at the Met Gala, according to her. While in the women's restroom, she saw Diddy dry-humping a Kardashian, her exact words. And yes, right there in the bathroom. She didn't name which Kardashian it was, but said there were multiple Kardashians present, along with a bunch of influencer-type models, not the supermodel legends we all grew up with, but the new wave social media kind. Kelly said no one was using the restroom for what it was intended for. Instead, it was a cloud of cigarette smoke, messy gossip, and full-on PDA. She emphasized that Diddy was the center of it all, and seemed genuinely stunned at how brazen it all was. Now, Kelly attended the Met Gala in both 2016 and 2017, and the Kardashian-Jenner crew was there both times. Let's not forget that now iconic 2017 Met Gala bathroom selfie featuring Kim, Kendall, Kylie, and Diddy, a photo that's resurfaced now that all of this is in the headlines. Kelly made it clear, this wasn't a one-off incident. This was part of a larger pattern of wild behavior behind closed doors. And now people are wondering, was this the same night that Megan Thee Stallion was referring to when she hinted that something dark went down at a party? Is there more footage that hasn't surfaced yet? Because based on how the Kardashians have acted over the years when it comes to Diddy, you can bet there's more tea we haven't seen yet. Let's rewind for a second. Kim Kardashian attended Diddy's legendary white party all the way back in 2006, when she was still just Paris Hilton's stylist. Khloe was there in 2009. Kim and Kourtney partied with him in 2010. These weren't random encounters, they were repeated connections, and in Hollywood, repetition is rarely an accident. Especially not with cameras rolling 24/7. And who's behind the Kardashian machine? Kris Jenner, the mastermind, the momager, the one pulling all the strings. The Kardashian-Diddy connection wasn't just friendship, It was strategic, it was leverage, it was visibility, and now, it might just be their biggest liability. The very association that helped elevate the Kardashian celebrity clout is now threatening to drag their empire down. What's even more interesting is that some fans suspect there's a media shadow campaign going on, designed to make it look like the Kardashians distanced themselves from Diddy the moment things turned ugly. But the internet never forgets. And speaking of receipts, let's talk about Kris Jenner's close relationship with Diddy. In 2013, on her own talk show, The Kris Jenner Show, guess who showed up? So get this, when Diddy appeared on The Kris Jenner Show, he didn't hold back. He openly flirted with Kris, even admitting that he'd had a crush on her for years. And her response? The now infamous line, "Once you go black, you never go back." At the time, it might have come off as cheeky banter, but looking at it now, in light of everything that's come out, it hits very differently, especially as more old interviews, photos, and behind-the-scenes moments resurface. What we're starting to see is not a casual friendship, but a deep, decades-long connection that raises a lot of questions. The biggest one being, how much did the Kardashians actually know? Because here's the thing, people aren't buying the idea that the Kardashians were just celebrities in the wrong place at the wrong time. The vibe feels way more calculated, like they were building and maintaining relationships with someone who, behind the glam, may have been hiding some very dark secrets. And it's not just any Kardashian at the center of this. Among them all, Kim and Khloe reportedly had the closest ties to Diddy, and now people are digging into just how far back those connections really go. Take Khloe, for example. According to several resurfaced claims, Khloe was allegedly spending unsupervised time with Diddy when she was just 16 years old, and not just hanging out. She was going on tour with him. Let that sink in, a teenage girl, still pre-fame, tagging along with a man in his 30s, already deep into the wild world of the music industry. Even more disturbing, reports suggest that Kris Jenner, the family's PR genius and protective momager, was fully aware and even allowed it. And back then, Khloe wasn't a household name. She wasn't a brand. She didn't have millions of followers. So the big question is, what exactly was she doing there? She wasn't a performer. She wasn't a stylist. She wasn't on Diddy's team. The only thing she had was access, and now, with Diddy at the center of massive abuse allegations, that kind of access suddenly looks a lot less glamorous and a whole lot more alarming, and the timeline keeps unraveling. In a resurfaced episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that's now going viral again, Khloe casually describes one of Diddy's parties to Kourtney, and it's wild. She tells her sister that many of the people there were naked, and even jokes, "You would have loved it." Sounds chaotic, sure, but then Khloe drops a name that stopped fans cold: Justin Bieber. At the time that party happened, Bieber would have been just 20 years old. So now the internet's asking, what kind of party was this? Really, Khloe says, I haven't been to bed yet. I was on a plane at 5:30 a.m., this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. And that she was there with Diddy, Quincy, French Montana, and Justin Bieber. What used to sound like a wild celebrity night now reads like something way more disturbing. Suddenly, a pattern is emerging. A teenage Khloe, no clear reason to be on tour. Parties involving nudity, and a connection with Diddy that runs deeper and longer than anyone previously thought. And now, the family famous for controlling their own story is completely silent. No statements, no denials. Nothing. For a clan that's built an empire off transparency and perfectly timed spin, the silence is deafening. And people are noticing. Let's not forget, Kris Jenner has been accused before of making morally questionable moves to secure her family's rise. We've all heard the long-standing rumor that she orchestrated the release of Kim's infamous tape, a move many believe was a calculated launch for the Kardashian empire. But now there's a wild new theory being whispered online, and it brings Diddy back into the mix. Some are speculating that Diddy might have played a role in getting that tape out to the public. While there's no hard proof, people are pointing to Diddy's status at the time, a powerful music mogul, tightly connected to Kim, and deeply embedded in the celebrity scene. The theory that Diddy brokered the deal or pulled some strings behind the scenes, either to boost his own industry power or to strengthen his leverage over the Kardashians. And honestly, given Diddy's long history of operating from the shadows, it doesn't sound that far-fetched. Let's not forget, in 2022, Ray J flipped the entire narrative and claimed Kris Jenner not only approved the tape but chose which version would be released. That bombshell changed everything. And now, with Diddy under fire, people are asking, did he have even more to do with launching Kim's career than we thought? And if Diddy was involved with one tape, could he have more? After all, it's been widely reported that Diddy kept tapes on celebrities, possibly as leverage. So what happens if those tapes come out now? What do they show? And who's on them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this story just keeps getting darker. And don't forget to check out our other videos to stay caught up with all the latest tea. Until next time, stay watching, stay curious, and stay ready.